Why was Cain's sacrifice rejected? I'll begin with a short story. The morning sun glinted off the stone altar as Cain knelt with his offering of fruits and grains. Nearby, his brother Abel tended a smoking altar, the smell of roasting meat filling the air. Cain waited anxiously, hoping for a sign of God's favor, but it was Abel who saw the fire flare heavenwards, accepting his sacrifice. Cain trembled with rage, dashed his offering to the ground. Why was the fruit of his harvest scorned, yet Abel's flock deemed worthy? The truth was plain as day. The problem lay not with Cain's sacrificial gifts, but with his heart. Cain's offering wasn't turned away due to its quality, but rather as a symbol of God's discontent with his character and way of life. In the book of Genesis chapter 4, verse 6-7, God saw the resentment burning within Cain, poisoning his soul. "Why do you look despondent?" the Lord asked. "If you do what is right, you will be accepted." This was a reflection of God's concern for Cain's inner disposition. But Cain nurtured his fury, ignoring the door that stood open to redemption. 1 John chapter 3, verse 11-12 reinforces this, contrasting Cain's actions with the message of love and righteousness preached from the beginning. Cain's murder of his brother Abel stemmed from his evil deeds, while Abel's were righteous. In the end, Cain murdered his own brother, for Abel's righteous deeds were a constant rebuke to his wickedness. Cain's story carries a vital message. Our offerings mean little unless we first surrender our lives to God's will. What does he ask of us? Simply to walk in love and righteousness, unlike Cain, whose feet carried him down a path to ruin. God prioritizes our life and the quality of our character over mere offerings. Our primary sacrifice should be our life, willingly surrendering our will and ambitions to him. Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11 assures us of God's good plans for our future. God seeks not merely our worship, but our willing hearts. As Paul wrote in the book of Romans chapter 12, verse 1, we must offer ourselves fully to God's purposes, becoming living sacrifices. When we yield our ambitions, take up our cross, and follow Christ, this pleases God more than anything. Our lives become an offering, steaming upward in praise. So let us daily give ourselves to God, moving in the footsteps of righteousness and love. Though the path be hard, his plans for us are good and lead to hope. God calls us to a life of holiness, of justice, mercy, and love. This is the sacrifice he accepts. May you be filled with God's grace and mercy as you heed his word and follow his path. Amen.